Welcome to Daily Plunge. We're in the book of Joshua, chapter 7, verses 1 through 13, but really the whole chapter. It starts off by telling us that even though God has delivered Jericho into the hands of the Israelites, even though he told them that all of Jericho was devoted to him, okay, that it all belonged to him, it was his victory, and that they weren't to take any plunder, any spoils. It says right off, they were unfaithful. And so one of these young men, he collected some things for himself. And it says that the Lord's anger burned against Israel. And the way this happened is that Joshua decides, let's go ahead and continue to attack our enemies. They send down an army, and it's a disaster. It's a military disaster. It says in verse 6 that Joshua tore his clothes and he fell face down to the ground because he knew that something was wrong, because the Lord had promised to go before him, provide victory, right? And instead, his people are filled with fear. And Joshua says, Lord, why did you bring us across the Jordan if you're just going to bring us to disaster? Why didn't you take care of us like you promised, right? You promised, and if we're just going to be destroyed here, how is that going to honor you? And the Lord says to Joshua, I want you to stand up, and I want you to recognize that Israel has sinned, and go recognize that the Israelites are not going to be able to stand against their enemies without me. And they are going to make themselves liable to destruction if they don't obey me. So they find out that Achan has taken some things, and he says to Achan, come clean. What did you do? And Achan said, it's true. I sinned against the Lord, I found this beautiful robe from this Babylonian robe, and 200 shekels of silver and a bar of gold, that weighed like 50 shekels. And I just thought, it's just a little bit of stuff. I'll take it. And the thing is that so often our coveting, our greed gets in the way of our honoring God and recognizing that everything we have belongs to him. Everything. And that's exactly what Achan says. He says, I coveted, I was greedy, and I've caused a disaster. And the reason why this is a problem is because he shows by his greed and his coveting that he does not trust God to provide for him. And that's a challenge to all of us. When we are greedy and when we're coveting, we're not worshiping God. We're worshiping the wealth of this world. We're not trusting God to take care of us. We're trusting these things, these dead things of money and wealth, and to take care of us. And the thing is that when we covet, we're never happy. But when we're thankful, we have contentment. So again, what trouble do we bring upon ourselves because we don't trust God to provide? Thanks, friends. Have a blessed day.